What's up, everybody? Christian James here. Today's video, Justin Trudeau accuses the government of India of killing a Canadian citizen. Okay. Trudeau, I'm a Canadian citizen. I've been Canadian my whole life. I was born here. I was bred here. I'll probably die here unless this idiot is in charge forever. But this dude is the most out-of-pocket prime minister, Canadian politician we've ever had. This dude just says the most ludicrous shit all the time. Like, okay, I'm going to cover this video, right? But this video, or him saying this, has become a great distraction in the country yet again. And people are now focused a lot on the nonsense he said about India and not the actual problems within our country. Yeah, if an Indian government official or officials came here, like the Saudi Arabian government killed that gentleman in the Turkish embassy, that's a giant problem. But without any proof, without saying anything that gives you proof, without any sort of iota of proof whatsoever, he just spats up at the mouth. After returning from a trip from India a day or so before, where his plane broke down and they let him stay in the country to get his plane repaired, and when the plane wouldn't be repaired, we sent dummy another plane to bring him home. We should have flipped and left him there. But I'm going to pull up the video from the CBC, which is our version of the CNN, which is totally BS, and we're going to get into this, and I will be right back. And I'm back. So I'm going to let this lady get talking from CBC. She's going to say what she has to say, then I'm going to cover some of this. I haven't heard the video. We're going to cover the video together. Let's get into it.
Is growing across Canada and around the world in the wake of explosive allegations that India arranged the killing of a BC Sikh man. The diplomatic rift is widening. Tonight, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is doubling down, and India is denying any involvement in Hardeep Singh Nijjar's death. But as CBC's Marina von Stackelberg explains, Canadian allies are calling for a thorough investigation.
The Prime Minister...
Pause. I haven't heard of one thing from our allies. All right, so they mean America, England, France, Germany, New Zealand, Australia. Right, that's who they mean. That's our quote-unquote allies. I haven't heard a thing about this until Trudeau brought it up 2 days ago. I haven't heard a thing of our allies backing us. I haven't heard a thing of our allies denying it. I don't believe this. Like, you can't just say this, that a country killed one of our citizens. Like, yeah, it just happened. Because, you know, if it's a police investigation, if it's an FBI, CIA, or ours is called CSIS, or whatever you want to call them, your country's investigation bureau, you don't talk about things when they're currently being investigated. It doesn't make any sense. You need to have conclusive evidence before you accuse a singular person, let alone an entire government. Hey, Google, how many people make up the Indian government?
Here are some results from a search.
Let's see. Now, because again, they didn't say it was the Prime Minister of India. There are 543 seats to be filled, right? And that's just at the federal level, not the state level, not their municipal level, so on and so forth. So he's accused roughly 543 potential people of killing a Canadian citizen. Well, again, with no proof. He's just saying stuff. I love this. I don't love this dude at all. But he just says the most nonsensical shit and just like, you should believe me, eh?
says Canada will make sure those responsible for the murder of a Sikh Canadian will be held to account.
India. How will we hold them to account? Canada has 38 million people. India has like 1.4 billion people. What am I going to do? Like 100 at once, 200 at once? We're going to forcibly make them apologize? You can't hold them to account. You can't even hold... Violence in Canada is up more than it's ever been up my entire life. In the 6 years this idiot's been in charge, this idiot right here on the damn screen, violence has erupted everywhere. He outlawed legal handguns, but, you know, gun violence went up because it's amazing that bad guys don't care about laws. Right? Basic crimes are up. We had to have our a bill, right? Our bail reform rebill to be re-reformed before it was on the Crown or the district attorney to explain to the judge why this person could not be allowed back out in public. Now it's on the violent criminal to explain why they should be allowed back in public. Bottom line, if you've been accused of a capital crime, you shouldn't be allowed back in public until you've either done your time or you're found not guilty. That's it. You shouldn't be allowed back in public after removing people from the earth. or attempting to remove people from the earth. Let's continue.
The government of India needs to take this matter with the utmost seriousness. We are doing that. We are not looking to provoke or escalate. We are simply laying out the facts as we understand them.
You're not looking to escalate. You've said no facts. All you said is the Indian government killed a Sikh man in BC. You've said nothing else. Those are all accusations. That's all that is. You didn't say so on and so forth, ordered so on and so forth, to remove so on and so forth on such a date. You're just accusing a country of... These guys are idiots.
Trudeau says intelligence officials have credible evidence linking agents of the Indian government to the murder of Canadian citizen Hardeep Singh Nijjar. He was shot to death outside this Surrey Gurdwara in June. Nijjar was an outspoken critic of India's government and supported an independent Sikh state.
Hardeep Singh Nijjar had publicly mentioned the threat to his life.
Okay, I don't know why a Canadian saying that he wants Sikhs to have a state in India would lead to somebody's death. Like that's a large jump. A large jump. Right? And if we had Indian citizens coming here, which a lot of them come here, there's a lot of Indians in general, 1 every 6 human beings are Indian, there's a lot of Indians. You might have wanted to, I don't know, tighten the border a little bit, check a little bit more security, make it safer if you think they're trying to come into one of the Canadians.
For months.
National Muslim and Sikh organizations say they are not surprised the killing is being linked to India's government. They say it was only a matter of time before something like this happened on Canadian soil.
And there are a number of Canadian Sikhs that have been identified as having a threat to their life, and we are asking for the government of Canada to provide protection for these Sikhs in Canada.
No. If you've done something, and you've actually done something to annoy a country that you came from to the point where they want to remove you, that's on you. Hire private security. You don't get the police because you think you've annoyed people of another state to come here to remove you from our state. If you're that big of a threat to our state because another state wants to come here to remove you, we should probably send you to that other state that you came from, or send you to somewhere else. Like, I don't know, witness protection, America, Mexico, wherever is not here that you can't have violence trace you back here. Like, what could a person have said that's so bad to the about the Indian government that they want to remove them? Like, what power do we have here to influence change over there?
I mean, in Canada, if you cannot have an opinion about another foreign government without having to worry about walking outside and worrying is there going to be a foreign agent that's going to gun you down in the streets, what's going on?
India's government denies any involvement in the shooting. The NDP want the public inquiry into foreign interference to investigate India's actions in Canada's affairs.
Given these allegations.
And again, even if it's found they did it, what are we going to do? Are we going to go to war over one gentleman? Look, it sucks that that guy died, right? It sucks if he was assassinated. It sucks if it was linked to crime. It sucks if it was a wrongful shooting. It sucks. But what is, as a country, are we supposed to do? Like, this is the nonsense, right? This is not concerning all Canadians. This concerns Sikhs that are outspoken against the Indian government. And that's about it. But again, it's national news.
Allegations, there's no doubt now that India should be included in the public inquiry and that any and all forms of interference need to be investigated thoroughly.
Canada's allies are calling for a thorough investigation with the Indian government's full cooperation. Still, the United Kingdom and the United States both said today they will continue trade talks with India despite Canada's allegations.
Exactly. They're allegations. That's all we currently have is allegations. But the Prime Minister, the head of the country, is just spitting shit at the mouth. He's just running his damn mouth. That's all this guy does. He makes nothing better. He makes everything worse. If the Indian government did what they supposedly did, it needs to be taken care of. But we need to find out, first of all, why, whom, and how. And then go back from there. But the idea that we're going to accuse an entire country of politicians of doing this because they said something out of pocket that the government of India didn't like. How would you even know? To be honest, like, how would you know that somebody said something in Surrey, BC, I think it was Surrey, BC, and it get all the way to India? Like, who cares? if you want to influence change in India, you're probably going to be in India. Just makes sense. If you want to influence change in Canada, you probably want to be in Canada. But I don't know. Tell me if you think they did it. Tell me if you think they didn't do it. Tell me if you think any of this makes sense, or tell me if you think it's a complete waste of our goddamn time, money, and tax dollars. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me whatever you want. Write some of the damn comments. I'm out.